Jada, and I am back with another video. I feel like I haven't done this in so long. Like, I feel like it's been a long time. I don't know why, but if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and like this video. We are on the road to 1K. I have surpassed 500 subscribers thanks to you guys. I appreciate the support so much. And like I was saying before, it's been a while, but today we are going to be doing an updated skin tutorial. So yeah, I don't know why I just had a hard time saying that, but yeah, we're doing an updated skin tutorial, and I'm going to be showing you guys what I've been using, what I've been loving, and how I've been using it just to get that really sun-kissed, pretty, like, look. You know, the Olivia song look that everybody is loving or whatever, hype about, but that's a whole nother story for a whole nother day. So let's go ahead and get straight into the look. So before you start your makeup, you want to use a serum or moisturizer or something to really get that skin nice and plump. I've already done that. And the next thing you want to do is take your setting spray, and I'm using the Morphe setting spray. I really love the MAC setting spray, the Prep and Prime spray, but I'm out of that. So I like to just wet my skin before I put the primer on, and the primer that I've been using and loving is the Fenty primer. This is the mattifying one, so I just kind of put a little bit of that on. All right, and then I'm gonna rub that in. Now, I feel like this is the most important part beyond the makeup, okay? Beyond the makeup, that prep is important, okay? So now that we have our skin all prepped, we're gonna go into a little color correcting. So I know, like, y'all probably, if you are like a brown girl, you're probably, or a guy, you're probably using an orange color corrector, but it's not really my favorite. What I've been using and really enjoying is this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer as my color corrector in the shade Deep Olive. Now, I use a 16-hour one, but that one, to me, the colors are not exactly the same, but this one is like perfect for color correcting. So I am just going to take that and just dot it on where I have any blemishes that I don't want to see. So just a little bit here and a little bit there. Now, what you're going to do, this is really important. Before you start moving that around, just so you get the best coverage, you're gonna stand in front of a fan, girl, use a blow dryer, use a hand fan, use a dustpan, I don't know, use something to make sure that dries. Okay, so now that you are done letting that corrector dry, you're gonna take a brush and lightly blend out the product. Okay, so now that I'm done blending, I'm gonna fan it one more time to make sure it's dry. I just feel like with using the concealer instead of an actual color corrector, I just feel like it blends out better. Like, I don't know, I haven't had that great of luck with color correctors. I don't really like the consistency. I feel like it's a little bit different than concealer, and this just has been working for me. So I am going to take a little bit of my Laura Mercier translucent honey powder to just kind of set that color corrector in place. Now, you don't have to do it this way. This is just what has been working for me. So and don't use a lot of powder, just like a little bit. Like, I'm just gonna kind of tap that in here. All right, so now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and put my foundation on. Now, the foundation that I have been loving is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Foundation. It is so bomb. It's like a filter in a bottle, okay? So I use 2 shades. The medium deep 4 in Macao, that is my summer shade, but it's kind of too dark, so I mix it with medium deep 2.3, which is Moorea. So that's what the little bottles look like. And just to give you an idea of how I mix it, I put 1 drop. That's all you need. 1 drop on my hand, like that, like so. Because it's not a really thick texture or consistency. And then I take 1 drop of the other and drop it right in the middle. All right. Now y'all, pay attention because everything matters. This brush, I finally got my hand on the Instapot face brush by Real Techniques. Bomb. I just wanted to see if it was all hype, but it's bomb. Okay, so you're gonna put a little bit of that on the brush and you're gonna work in sections, okay? In sections. So we're gonna start on one side of my face and just do section by section. Take your time, you're not in a rush, and if you are in a rush, baby, your makeup not gonna be right. And I'm just being honest. And don't worry about if you don't get the makeup all the way up your forehead, okay, y'all? That's what you got bronzer for. Okay, so this is complete foundation. So hopefully it's looking good, I think so. I don't typically take it all the way up because I'm gonna put concealer there, but that's how that looks. Next, I'm going to go in with my concealers. Now, I use 2 concealers. I use the Born This Way and the Juvia's Place. Together, holy grail. So, the color that I'm using is Maple in the Born This Way. And I like to pretty much place this down here. So this is like me blending my lighter shade into my foundation. Because sometimes I feel like it just looks too harsh when you have a super bright foundation. I mean, concealer. Now this is a full coverage look. It feels light, but it is a full coverage look. If that's not what you're looking for, still keep watching. All right, I'm using the Juvia's Place in the shade 13. And I'm gonna dab a little bit of that on my chin, a little bit in the center. And this is important, placement is important. So I am gonna put a little bit of that right here and right there. And then I'm gonna do it again on this side. A little bit there. And then I'm gonna put just a little bit on my nose. All right, so hopefully you guys can see that placement. You wanna use 2 concealers, 1 lighter, 1 like almost close to your complexion. It helps with the coverage. And you're gonna do that same thing. You're gonna dry it out. Now, while that's still drying, okay, keep with me, stay with me. You want to, hold on. You want to start to move around that lighter concealer. So just take a small brush and just tap that. Start to bring that in. Okay, boom. Now fan it again. I feel like allowing the product to completely dry is what's gonna give you that more like flawless, intentional makeup look. When you are applying everything and your face is still wet, all of that is just blended in together and it's just looking a mess. Okay, so now that I'm done with that, I am going to take the same brush that the color corrector was on, and I am going to start blending that out. Okay, so now that I have majority of that blended out, I'm gonna go directly under my eye and start to blend out that lighter shade. Girl, stay out the way. Okay, y'all see how that's shaping out really, really nice? Now you want to go back in with your foundation brush and just blend out those edges. I like to work smarter, not harder. That little brush, we's gonna be here all day. I'm gonna go back in with my small brush. And then you want to go up into your eye socket, okay? You want to take that, just kind of use the shape of your nose and take that concealer kind of up like that. Y'all see what I'm doing here? I'm kind of creating a shape. It's gonna come together, don't worry. It's a process, trust the process. Now I still haven't blended out my nose. I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. And then one last time, I'm gonna go over everything with my foundation brush, y'all. And sorry about the size of this wig, honey. It was a struggle, a little bit. Okay, last thing you wanna do, you know that little brush that I used to kind of move that around? You want to take that and go right in the high point of your brows. Because I mean, let's be honest, like who's doing super structured brows? That's kind of played out. Okay, y'all, I don't know if y'all didn't get the memo, but the super harsh makeup is going out of style, and I'm kind of glad, but we all had our moments. It's okay. Now I'm gonna take my matchsticks, my Fenty matchsticks. I'm using the shade Truffle, and this is what I use to do my contour. And I start one side at a time. Placement is important here too. Placement is really important. You don't want to go like this and place it because that's not the correct placement. Like doing that will have your placement for your contour below that. You almost want to have the contour higher because when you blend it, it's gonna move around anyways and it's gonna fall into its perfect spot. So boom, there we have it. Now I'm gonna take my Morphe M523 brush and I'm just gonna kind of move that around. And I like to go in a circular motion, but I like to kind of flick upward. So I'm getting that perfect placement for my contour. Because a lot of times, like the reason that your makeup may look off is because your placement is off. Okay, so there's that. All right, next I'm going to do my forehead. If you have a smaller forehead, you can kind of maybe skip this step and do bronzer instead. And then I'm gonna do my temples. Okay, next, my nose. To find the perfect placement for your contour, if you just take your brush, if you want to put the product on your brush first and start from the brow and do it, you'll find, sorry, I don't know why my nose just started running. You'll find the perfect placement. See? Boom. And no, everybody shouldn't contour their nose the same. This is just what works for my nose shape. And you want to start up here and you want to blend that out. Blend that out. See? Perfect. All right. So next step is you want to reevaluate. You want to, now that you have your base down, you want to look at yourself and see if anything has moved. So for me, a little bit of that concealer has moved around. So I'm going to take my brush again and just kind of put that back into place, because the Juvia's Place concealer is very creamy, but I like it that way for a reason. Okay, next I'm gonna take my Real Techniques. I have a powder sponge specifically for powder. I don't know if they still sell it, but I really like it. And I'm gonna take my translucent, Laura Mercier translucent and honey, and I'm gonna add some of that to that. And I'm going to start placing that. I'm not gonna bake, I'm just going to mash that in to my skin. First, you want to kind of line, do your nose like that, because you're creating that shape if you want it. And then whatever's left over, you want to put that underneath your eye, around your nose, all of that. Now you can use a brush for this part if you want to, but I like to use this sponge. So everywhere you place concealer, you want to put a little bit of powder there. Unless you have dry skin, you may just want to use a brush. And then I like to go over my brows as well with the powder, because it helps my brow products go over. And then last but not least, okay. Oh, one last thing. Oops, sorry. And this is the only time that I guess I'm gonna kind of bake, but I'm gonna wipe it off right away. All right. So that is what the finished product of the skin looks like. I am going to take just a clean powder brush and go over my entire face. Okay, so I should look dead because I'm all one, not all one color, but I need to put some color back into my skin. So we are going to go ahead and add blush and bronzer. So that's next. That's what I do next. After I do that, I start with bronzer. And I love the Sephora bronzers. It's crazy because I used to work there and I had never tried these, but they're freaking amazing. So I'm gonna take my bronzer in 5 Mykonos matte bronzer, and that's what that looks like. And you're gonna take a really fluffy brush. You want a fluffy brush. Do not use a super dense brush, because you're gonna look like somebody punched you, okay? So don't use something like this that's super dense to do bronzer. Don't do it. Put a little bit, and I just go right over my cheeks in that contour and in my temple area. Don't put too much on the brush, y'all, because if you have this bronzer, you know a little bit goes a long way. And then go over the forehead. And I like to go on the sides of my chin and along my jawline. Okay, so last but not least, y'all see how this is coming together? Super cute. So last but not least, I like to go over my contour with a little bronzer with a small brush. It's small, but it's fluffy. So remember, your brushes matter, and the way I'm applying the makeup, the fluffier the brush is for the dry products, the more diffused and soft it'll look. So I just kind of do like that. And do it on the other side. And then I go back in with that powder brush and just do that to make sure it's soft, right? And last but not least, blush. This e.l.f. blush is the one that I've been using lately. I don't know what the name of the color is because there's no sticker on the back, but I absolutely love it. I think it's super pretty. So I'm gonna use the same Morphe E3 brush that I use for bronzer, and I'm gonna put kind of a lot of blush on there. And for my face shape, I just go right here, right in the center with that blush. And it just adds color back into your face. And then if you have like a deeper complexion, because I be watching videos, and you know, yes, I'm a cosmetologist, yes, I do makeup, but I watch videos and I see these beautiful, beautiful chocolate brown, deep skinned women. And they look good and everything is good and the foundation is good, and then as soon as they put that concealer on and it's too light and then they don't add enough color back into that area, it just like throw the whole look away, sis. I'm sorry. Okay. And then I just go over my nose with that. Okay. And then I just kind of go over everything with my blush. Yep, I do. All right, boom, boom, bam, boom. So that is the complete skin look. The last thing that you want to do is add a little setting spray. So I'm gonna complete everything. I'm gonna do my eyes and throw on some lipstick, and then I'll come back with the finished look, okay? Okay, I'm back. Sorry if you hear a little bit of noise in the background. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and like this video, because I know y'all see this beat. I know y'all see it. Like, period. Okay, anyways, enough of my hyping myself. But this is the finished look, you guys. This is the finished look. Hopefully you guys really enjoyed it. I'm gonna list all of the products down below. This is a full beat. Like, this is not a medium to light to medium. This is a full beat. I know you guys have been seeing specifically, and I'm just highlighting her because she's really popular right now. I've always liked her work anyways, but Olivia Song, I think that's her Instagram handle. She does looks that are similar to this. So if you guys were wondering how to get there, maybe this will kind of help you. I'm sure you can use other products, but I'm telling you, this is just what works for me and what I prefer. Use what you want, but I can't determine the outcome from that. So this is the finished look. I added some lashes, bigger lashes, just because we're on camera, but normally I will probably wear smaller ones. But I really like to wear my makeup this way when I'm doing a full beat. I know, like, it may look more yellow, if that makes any sense. But I put the bronzer on and it's just what I like. So anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video so much. Thank you so much for subscribing. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram so you can see, like, I'm gonna post some pictures or whatever, and also post the products on there as well. And my Instagram handle is Jada Mahogane. I'll put it somewhere in here. But yeah, so thanks so much. Until next time.